Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we will be going over some weather coverage today. We'll be going over some of the climate for some of the upcoming days, and we will also be talking about weather in the mainland and also weather in the tropics. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And before we do, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Alright, so we're going to start with the mainland here. And right now, probably as we're speaking, we have a slight risk and a marginal risk. Um, Up here near some parts of Nebraska and Kansas. And I would say some parts of Colorado, and then we have a marginal risk around that, and then we have a secondary marginal risk in Utah and some more of Colorado and some of Arizona. And the tornado threat is very low today. Alright. So first off, it's only a 2% chance for tornadoes. And it is clipping some of northeastern Kansas, Colorado, and it goes a little bit farther into Nebraska. But I would say, from my standpoint, there will probably be maybe one or two tornadoes today. Um, the wind chance, it's I would say is in the middle of the pack today. 15% chance for damaging winds of 50 knots or higher. Um and is covering all that slight risk area, the 15% chances. And the marginal risk chance is covering right here and right here. So basically everywhere that's highlighted is where I went over with the categorical parts. And hail only for that main risk, for the slight risk, and all chance we're seeing today is in the main part of the marginal and the slight risk, 15%, 5%. So if I were living in the slight risk right now, I would be weather aware, but I wouldn't be scared. Um, but just in case something happens, I would be prepared in case something happens, because you don't know where, when, or how today is gonna outcome. So, so if I were living somewhere in the slight risk, I wouldn't be that worried. I would just keep your eyes out on the storms in case for some potentially big to large hail and maybe some scattered damaging winds. And just don't be worried about it, and just stay prepared and don't be scared. Now we need to talk about the tropics. So right now, this literally just happened, that risk that was red not too long ago, it just became tropical storm, my bad, Ernesto. And um as of 5 p.m., I'm not sure how to say that, what that stands for. August 12th, the maximum sustained winds are 35 knots, so 40 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 109 millibars. So movement west northeast at 24 knots and 28 miles per hour. So for my perspective on the storms using not really any models, I would say I would have Ernesto hitting somewhere um on this part of the US right here. And it is going west too, so that it could have a curve and maybe hit Florida. Hopefully that doesn't happen because of how many hurricanes have been hitting Florida. Um, but I would say this is probably the main spot. I don't think it will curve up, but if it does, um, head up right here, cultural, continental deflection will come into a big play with this storm because it all depends on how the storm approaches the US. So with that, that is what I think on the storm personally. And in the Pacific, y'all are fine right now. And um that's what I personally think about on how the storm will approach the US. That's how I have Tropical Storm Ernesto approaching the US. Alright, now going into the Climate Prediction Center. Um, right now we are on a very warm trend right now. The Valentine, and this was issued um on Friday, I'm pretty sure. So right now for the folks in Texas, I'm sorry but it's very hot out here. And in my neck of the woods right here in Tennessee, um, we have a good chance of it becoming a warm trend. And Colorado, Arizona, Utah, and over here, this is the main target area for the best chance of it to become a lot above average. Um, but I would say everywhere in the orange, the yellows, the light oranges, whatever it is, y'all probably have a heat wave coming. And when it comes to the storms that are heading in right now, they might be fueled for a good while because of the above average temperatures. And remember, the storm's main potential are in this area. Is some of the storms could feed off of this warm energy up here and head northeast. So hopefully that is not the case today. And giving off, oh, I need a refresh. But giving off the perception right now, there are a bunch of little cells, not supercells, but there is a main line coming in from here. And there could be an isolated cell or two that could prompt a tornado warning. Um, so if we look at where the actual severe storm risk is, um, this I'm sorry, but this is supposed to be a slight risk, and this should be right here. But it's fine. Updates can be a little bit slow, but in this area right here, that's where most of the storms are feeding off right now. And we have a few severe thunderstorm warnings, and we have some flood watches, which is reasonable. Um, playing with some of the future radar right now, doesn't go out that far in time, but as of where the storms are right now, they are still infiltrating into that main area of where most of the energy will come off. And they're pretty strong right now. But I would say there could be a good flood threat too. Speaking of flooding, I just pulled up the flood risk for today. So actually this extends a lot farther than what I thought it was. But look, right here is it does line up with what the SPC says. Right here, and they are in the almost in the exact same spot. Let me exit that out. And so I wouldn't be super scared. It's only 15% chance. It could be a little bit higher. And same thing for some people in Oklahoma or Raleigh, um, and for folks south of Charlotte and Raleigh and towards the Atlantic over here, y'all don't be scared, but be prepared. Shout out to Ryan Hall for that quote. And actually, I think I might have missed something over here. Never mind. Um, with the Storm Prediction Center, might have missed something with the Storm Prediction Center. No, I didn't. All right. Well, good to know. So now we've went over all the threats and stuff. Hope you guys loved that video. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. And we are out. Peace.